Alrighty. Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Alabama. Hi, Kate in Alabama. Hello, Jalapeno. Good evening, V Wilkins or Vay Wilkins. Jan. Hello, Pancho. Jan Williams. BAFTA Girl, Promise Roads, Lizzie B. Hello, everyone. Surprise, surprise. I am here. I wanted to do a live today because there are some things going on. First, can you hear me? And Otis is around, Panchu. He is on here. He's right here on the floor, snoring away. He's here. But yes, I wanted to go live only because there's just so much going on with some recent news. Thank you, Karma's BFF. And I wanted to just talk about some things because it's really relevant. There is so much drama and so many stories and lies and you get people that just can't connect in a way that's meaningful. When you put something out there, people immediately go to what they want it to be or what they think. And things just get missed, things get crossed, and information isn't conveyed in the right way. And I just want to clear some things up. But just talk about some recent news. And I'm also going to have a couple of guests with me today because I think this input that they're going to be bringing is going to be very valuable. And I want to get their insight. So as some of you may or may not know, my last video that I just did where I talked about kid drama. There is this, well, actually, before I go into that, first, before I do all of that, I wanted to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to my PDINA channel, PDina Deutsch. As you all know, ich spreche Deutsch, ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Wa kwe shwa idi aputung kwa, wa shu me gua rit. And I also speak a little bit of Chinese. So I love language. I love it. I used to learn Spanish, but then I just kind of threw it out the window when I had an opportunity to go to Germany. So please, let's have some fun over there. We're not going to talk about these royals, maybe a little bit, but we'll talk about so many other things on my other channel. I'm even thinking I won't even do all the videos in German. I'll do some even in English, but when I do them in German, they will have English subtitles. So please go over and join my PDina channel, my PDina Deutsch channel. Okay. And then also like this live stream, like it. And I'm looking forward to your comments. I kind of had to slow them down a little bit because I do kind of want to interact with you all more. I usually don't go live on a Saturday. Sometimes I do. But I wanted to really just dive in about some information that was just like making me feel a special kind of way and really dive into it. Now, I'm going to have on my channel today, to me, who I've never done a live with, I don't believe, or I've never even done a video with her. And then also Paula M. You don't got to have Paula. Paula's going to give some insight, some things that we were talking about because she did another follow-up video to my video about the kids and the kid drama. And I mean, there is something wrong. There is something wrong when you look at everything that is happening with this couple. Well, actually, Meghan, and what she had, like the drama she has brought to the royal family. It is unbelievable. Like, I mean, this is a woman that had an unbelievable opportunity, and she is just making herself look so not dignified. She's just making herself just, I'm sorry, folks. It's ghetto. It's ghetto. It's things that you can't imagine that someone would do. And you just look at her like, I can't believe you're doing this. And like you get your popcorn, you be like, what, girl, you for real? Like, no. And I sometimes I just am in disbelief by it. I really am. From the bottom of my heart, I can't understand it. But you know, it gives me pause to think, hey, we got our finger on the pulse of this woman and everything that's going on. We get this. We get her to a point. And then we're like, okay, now I don't understand. Like, why is she doing this? Okay. And this is what we're going to talk about, because I believe even more so now than even when I started my channel, there is a level of deception and lies. And when I say stories, I don't mean tell me a good night story. I mean the stories. You know, when you were younger, you know, your mom or your dad would say something like, stop telling stories. Stop, those are stories. You tell, you know, instead of saying lies, they call them stories, because you just making up stuff now. You just trying to tell a story that's not even the truth. Okay, so you were making up stories. So we're going to talk about some of Meghan's stories, and we're going to talk about how this woman is just, even when it comes down, unfortunately, to the kids. Because let me just say, I don't talk about anyone and their children in a negative light. Children are innocent. You don't talk about children and what they do. I work with children. That's just not okay. And how Meghan is actually now using her kids to do what she's doing is at a level of just, you can't understand why a person would do this with their own children. You know, like I even have a part, or you know, like a mark where I stop and I don't go there. And I just can't believe that she has done and is doing certain things that I believe. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, because the evidence is there. But there are things that we're seeing that you just cannot believe it. And then you get the fans and the people. We're going to talk about all that. Okay, we're going to talk about all that. All right, so I'm going to bring in now. First, let me bring in Miss Paula first to the stage. Hi, Miss Paula.
Hello, gorgeous. I've been watching this whole mess unfold. I've been laughing my head off. I mean,
Yeah.
oh,
It's crazy, you know, like the things around the stories and lies and the deception. You just keep uncovering things, because the information that has come out with the photos that I posted on my X account of the kids has blown up. I mean, I can't believe it got over 1 million views of that
1.4
post.
you're right now.
Huh?
You're a little bit over 1.4 million.
Yeah, and it's so I'm going to have you explain that, because you brought some insight to me about why so many people. But we're going to also have Toomey come in and have her talk about it as well. Was there anything else you wanted to say before I bring her in?
I mean, the great thing about Toomey, guys, is because Toomey, the reason why Toomey can bring receipts on how the Sussex squads behave is because she used to be part of the Sussex squad. So
Right.
she knows the antics. And of course, because she's an incredibly clever lady, she at some point said, wait a minute, 1 plus 1 is not adding, is not 5, is not
Mm-hmm.
7, not
Mm-hmm.
3, 2. And this is not adding up. And so she's done videos. She did this video that I sent just to why Meghan deleted her Instagram page, because Meghan herself left such a trail of all of
Yes.
deception,
A lot of deception.
So Toomey is able, guys, to bring this home. And the reason I believe you're being attacked, first of all, because you're very credible. Number 2, because you dare question. Number 3, because they don't like the response it got, because it backfired by them putting this out there. They thought, oh, we're gonna counterattack the Wales's children, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna upstage it, and you were gonna show that Lily and Archie, whatever those two children are gonna break the internet, and they're gonna erase that. So, and
Yeah.
also, I wonder also if Meghan Markle is lying to her own Sussex squad, because from what
Yeah.
I understand, that's a picture that she sent around to some squatties with her signature, thanking them for all they've done for them and said
Mm-hmm.
2024. The interesting part was that it was signed only by her and not by Harry.
That
So
is very interesting. So Toomey's going to give us some insight considering
yeah,
she
it's
used to be a Sussex squad. So
yeah, but
we
no,
have
they
got to get the 411 on this, right? Like her point of view, what she believes, and
yes,
it's
yes,
all
yes.
our beliefs, okay?
But
So
it was to me who sent me the template, because they didn't post the original picture that they received with Meghan Markle's signature. They framed it in a template. And it was to me who found the template and sent it to me. You
mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Which is, I mean, if you
Yeah.
share this, this is what Tumi sent me, and then you can bring her in. Can you
Okay.
share that,
I can
guys?
see I can share it. Yeah.
That's you see the template on on the right hand side? That's the one that Tumi sent.
Mm-hmm. And that's the
You know.
photo of the kids. Okay.
So
All
let's
right.
bring
So let's
Tumi in.
bring her in. Okay.
Hi
Hello,
guys.
Toomey. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome. So nice to have you on my
It's
channel.
nice to be here. Actually, we did do a live together, P-Dina, back in COVID
Oh,
times. When
oh,
you don't
did we?
remember? You don't remember? It was the three of us on my YouTube channel. But it wasn't a live, it was like a Zoom call, and then I just like screen recorded the Zoom call and put it on YouTube. And that's
Oh,
when
okay.
that's when I hit 20,000 subscribers, because it was literally the three of us together. And
Oh,
you guys' followers followed me, and that's how I hit 20,000 subscribers. So I remember.
oh, okay.
I
I
I know
apologize,
that's
Toomey.
okay. I know you're very popular, and you do a lot of videos with a lot of people. So I'm like, damn, she doesn't
Yeah,
remember.
you know what? And also, I'm an older woman. We have to remember. Like, I mean, like, gotta check myself sometimes. But thank
Yeah,
you
no, it's
so
okay.
much for being
Thank
here.
you for having me.
I
That's
That's why
all.
I
actually.
have that live. I have that interview. I have the three of us.
Oh, you have okay. I have
Yeah,
to go back and rewatch that.
yeah.
I remember I watched your video earlier today because there were
Hmm.
some things that you and Paula were talking about in terms of Megan's dating life and her
Hmm.
married life and the things she says and
Hmm.
doesn't say and the
Hmm.
manipulation around that.
Hmm.
And I would highly recommend you all to go to Toomey's site to
Yeah.
listen to that because it gave really good insight to how she
Hmm.
behaves and how she wants people to see one thing, but then
Hmm.
behind the scenes is another with
Hi,
whoever it
everybody in the
is that
chat.
she's working with. And also go to Paula M as well, because Paula, she always has the 411. So
Yeah.
just support and thank you for being here with us today, everybody. I really,
Yeah.
really do appreciate it. So let's get into what's going on. Okay.
Okay.
So for some of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you know what's going on, but I shared that photo of the kids. It was something that it was out there. I shared it. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm being attacked. I don't get it. But the
Yeah.
nastiness of the Sussex squad, like things you're doing to me, I would
Hmm.
never do to Megan. Like
Exactly.
I would never do these things to her. And then you know what's so funny? Like people are pulling up like things like my LinkedIn and looking at my charity and like and like saying things about my charity. Like look it up. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to say I'm all that.
Yeah.
Everything is public information. You are not discovering anything that is going to be revealing in a very big climactic way.
Yeah. No,
It's just the
I'm
level of deception of these people and how they just try to in at you. It's just crazy, you
Yeah,
know?
I'm always on Reddit, so I remember when they were saying there were rumors. Okay, so if people in the comments are like, "What even happened?" There were rumors after the photo, obviously Photoshop weird back of the head Christmas card that came out, that was the public Christmas card, and that there was a private Christmas
Uh-huh.
card that was sent out to the personal friends and family of Harry and Meghan, right? So
Uh-huh.
then P. Dina, of course, saw the alleged real Christmas card from a Sussex Squad account and then posted it on X and was like, this is the card that they allegedly sent out and the Sussex Squad are posting this. Then it obviously went viral, basically. And then on Reddit, I saw the card originally on Reddit and they said you posted it without a source. And that's why they were mad, because you didn't say which account or where you found it. So some people started saying that you made the card yourself and put it out there. People were saying that you made the card yourself and put it out there, but we know that you wouldn't do that. And the thing is, I have seen images of Meghan and Catherine hugging that were AI photos. There are pictures of Meghan having a coronation that are AI photos that the Sussex Squad made. I've seen photos of Harry holding a little blonde white girl, and they're like, "Oh my God, Lilibet!" And like people in the comments like, "Oh, it's Lilibet," and it's obviously an AI photo. And and everyone is arguing, does the card look real? No, it doesn't look real. Nothing about it looks real, because if you just look up like brother and sister Christmas card photos or whatever, or photo shoots of siblings, you can see what a real child actually looks like. The skin is way too smooth, even if you make it in black and white. The skin is way too smooth. The outlines are weird. The kids literally look like they took Lily's eyes and nose from the 1-year-old photo shoot and just blew it up and put it on an adult face. It just looks, Archie looks like a grown man on a child's body.
He does, doesn't he look grown?
Yeah, he looks grown. And that the nose doesn't even match. Like, how do you have like a little button nose and then it becomes a long Ethiopian nose in the next one? Like, it doesn't look right. And so I think the problem is some people don't know AI from reality, but it's obvious to me as an artist that this is fake. Like, this is fake. Yeah, and the sweater, everything about it is too smooth. Basically, it's just way too smooth.
And their posing is too mature. Like, they don't seem like kids.
Yeah, like dolls. Like dolls, literally, like they're like dolls.
Like dolls.
Yes.
Don't forget that Archie's first word was what?
Crocodile.
Yeah,
right.
And then hydrate and a waffle maker and what else?
I wanted to ask you, to me, because when you were part of the Sussex Squad, you used to be in a group, but they would send you pictures and stuff like that, right? Or things that you had to. There was a narrative that needed to be put out there and stuff like that. Was that some sort of coordinated thing? Were they ever attacked some people, or was it just put this
out? Okay. I can't remember what exactly was going on, but I remember that I expressed that like something was off about something that Meghan and Harry were doing. I can't remember the scenario, whether it was during the pregnancy or the South Africa trip or something like that really bothered me. And I remember that as soon as I asked the question, people were mad at me for asking the question. And I'm just like, why is it that, because I personally saw and it was in my, I used to be a Sussex Squad member video or whatever, where they had a graph thing that was circulating of like bullet points, where they would say, they would call Catherine Duchess Doolittle. And I never heard anybody call her that until the Sussex Squad came to be. And literally she was called Duchess Doolittle. And they had a chart of like her when she got married, a picture of when she got married, and said, Kate's accomplishments, graduated at St. Andrews with this degree, worked at this party planning place, married William. And then that's it. And then with Meghan, it was like, she was at the UN, she was this, and then she was this, and a humanitarian, and she was on Suits, and she had this blog, and then you know, her biggest accomplishment isn't marrying Harry. Like, her biggest accomplishment, she's, you know, this educated, and there was a story going around that she was already a millionaire when she married Harry, and you know, she had, you know, she was doing her own thing, she was like a Renaissance woman or whatever. So it was coordinated, and I was the person who said, because I remember I posted a picture of Diana and Fergie together at like a polo match talking, and then a picture of Catherine and Meghan when they went to Wimbledon, and I was like, why do we have to pick between the two? Why can't they be friends? Why can't they're all sister-in-laws? Why can't they just be friends? Why do we have to be divisive and be like, team Catherine or team? What if I like all of them? What if I like both of them?
Exactly.
Crying out loud. And this was back in like 2018, 2019. So like way before Megxit, way before. There was always I'm team Kate and I'm team Meghan vibes in the royal family, but I never saw I didn't see people not liking Meghan, right? I saw people not liking Catherine. That's what I saw. It was people not liking Catherine And
Yeah.
literally they would call them the egg and the mute, because Catherine never talks. She does not really talk like that. Like I didn't hear
Yeah.
her. I literally did not hear her voice for like 10 years. I didn't know what she sounded like until like probably like 2018 or 2019 when I heard her talk, and I was like, oh, that's what she sounds like, because she's not hogging the microphone.
Right.
You
She's
know?
very demure,
Yes,
very
yeah, demure and
right.
very
She's very
mindful. Yeah,
demure.
yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So we look at this photo because I thought the photo really, I wasn't sure. And so when I asked, well, who is it? Well, you look on the card and it shows Archie, Prince Archie,
Mhm.
Princess Lilibet.
Mhm.
And so I wrote Archie Lilibet.
Mhm.
That's, that's who it's
Mhm.
supposed to be.
Mhm.
So I don't understand like how that works when they have photos that need to be circulated. Do you think Meghan put this photo, or one of her Sussex squads created this? She knows about it. You think she's surprised about this photo? I mean, what do you think the perspective is from Meghan's, seeing something like this?
I wish I could be in Megan's head for 5 minutes and understand what's going on up there, but like I don't
Mm-hmm.
honestly know. But I know that there was like a Sussex Squad baby shower thing that the Sussex Squad put together, where they were like, I think,
Yeah,
donating to children's charities when Archie was still in the womb, whoever's womb he was
I
in.
remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Meghan called one of the Sussex Squad people to thank them, and that sort of thing. So like
Okay,
it
so
was
guys, stop 1 second. So she called them,
there
right?
was a whole Daily Mail article about how she called somebody in the Sussex Squad
Okay,
and
but
like
yeah,
thanked them. Yeah.
right. But I want to ask
Yeah.
you as a former member,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how does that work when she calls you? I mean, that's a big deal. If Meghan is
Truly,
calling you, does she have
yeah.
the personal number of one of the squad, and there's someone that's the leader?
Truly, I don't know how that works, because I was not a account. I only had like 12,000 followers on that account, right? But my
Mm-hmm,
analytics were much higher. But
mm-hmm.
people, there was a page they blocked me called Meghanpedia, which is basically like Wikipedia for Meghan. Like, and they have a website, and there are accounts. If you have the Meghan accounts that have like 200,000, 300,000 followers, I personally believe those are the people who are getting calls. And I
Okay.
have no idea how that works. It's more like a trickle down, where we'll hear through the grapevine that, oh, Meghan called the Sussex Squad to thank them. But remember, there was that account on Twitter called Archie's cousin, or Henry's cousin, or something like that, that was like, oh, I just want to bully people in peace. Oh, the royal family, they're like this, that, saying all these kind of crazy stuff. There were articles about it. So that person, I don't know how many followers they had on Twitter, but they got a personal call from Meghan. I don't know how that even came to be. I don't know if there was an email. I don't really
Mhm.
know how.
So do you think she put this together? Well, she had loyalty from fans and maybe said, I want you to be a part of my brood army of people that are posting for me. Like how did that even come together where there are people that she is vouching for to do things on her behalf? I mean, thanking them personally, that lets me know there's something much deeper to how this was even formed.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's a blog, like a website, and a what is this? And an Instagram page called Meghan's Mirror, where every time she has clothes, like every time she has an appearance, they have the exact clothes that she wore and links to the clothes. And she has admitted, or her team or whatever has admitted, that they've worked with Meghan directly, and Meghan will literally tell them, or Meghan's
uh-huh,
team
uh-huh. Team, yeah.
will tell them that, oh, this is the shirt that I wore, and you can get this from H&M. And then the pants, because sometimes she'll be wearing like random black pants, and I don't know where she got them from. But then
Right.
all of a sudden, oh, someone will send an email or whatever that, oh, this is all the items of clothing and this is where to get them. And a lot of these accounts are making a lot of money. There's even Dress Like a Duchess, and I'm not saying that
Oh,
they
wow.
Dress Like a Duchess does clothes for like all the royal women, but mostly Catherine and Meghan. And like they do affiliate links to everything that they have. So they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, Catherine's favorite earrings, or Catherine's earrings that she wore on the Christmas 2012 are available at J. Crew, and have an affiliate link. So these people are making a lot of money from affiliate links, because every time you click to say, oh, I like these Aquazzura shoes that Meghan wore, you click, it leads to an affiliate link that if I buy through clicking on the link, they can make money.
Okay, wait a
So
minute, but Catherine has something similar though. Yeah, right. So I mean, but
as
that's not
far
through the
I
royal
mean, as
household.
yeah, as far as I know with Catherine, she herself is not hitting up fan accounts or blogs, because there are
Okay,
people
yeah.
who do these things out of their own like for the fashion, and they will try to find what Catherine is wearing. But Megan's Mirror has admitted that, yeah, her team has came out and said this is what she was wearing. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know, for me, I'm looking at things and I'm like, oh, this hat is like $500, but like there's a hat at Boohoo that's like $25 that looks the same, like the look for less. But to
Mm-hmm.
me, it would be weird if like if I came out and I was like, oh no, I got this hat from this place. Imagine literally being Beyonce and hitting up a fan page and being like, oh, by the way, the hat is from Dior. The shirt, this random striped shirt, is actually from J. Crew 2023 spring, and then the pants are from Victoria's Secret and whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's it's like sourcing things versus, oh, this is where you could get something similar. So when you source it, it's like these are the exact things. Here are the links or whatever. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
that
just
that's
want to say
interesting.
something. Princess Catherine said that they were no longer were gonna post the brands of clothing she's wearing because she wanted the focus to be on what she was doing when she's
What
going
she
to
was
charities
doing,
and stuff
Mhm,
like that.
mhm.
and not
Because
the
usually
clothes. Yeah.
the palace would immediately, as soon as she stepped out, they would say, "This is Alexander McQueen," blah 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 blah. Now people suspect it is because, of course, the labels put it out, but not the royal house. But I wanted to ask you, to me, because you and I
Mm-hmm.
talked about this a lot, how the Sussex squad, you know, Christopher Bosie, I also
Yeah.
believe that he is in contact with Meghan Markle because, of course, he was featured at the
And the
Netflix thing.
Netflix.
Yeah,
He
how
was
could he
Mm-hmm.
not
hired.
be? Yeah, how
He
could he
Right.
was
not be?
hired.
Yeah.
He was hired to take out these accounts. So I believe that he hires bot farms and even maybe orchestrate with the main Sussex players. Remember,
Mhm.
you and I did that live, and there were these two doctors who have a PhD who are actually Sussex squatties who are in the Caribbean or something like that. I mean, and
What?
yes, they have PhD. Like they're highly educated, and you and I were talking about it, to me. So
Mhm.
it's like I believe that Bosie and Christopher Bosie or whatever is at least was or used to be highly involved, and we
Mhm.
know that Meghan Markle likes to use third party people because of Jason Kanoff. When Jason
Yeah.
Kanoff emails leaked and said,
Mm-hmm.
we have to do it through so and so because or through you, so we can put our hands in our hearts and say that we have nothing to do with that. So
Right.
these attacks with Pat, you know what? I know that the photo may be whatever, photoshopped or altered, but from my understanding is that she did send pictures to thank people, signed. She may have sent a fake picture of what Lily and Archie look like. But these Sussex squatties are so fanatical that they framed it and that thing to remove the signature. And this
Mhm.
is why you were able to find it, to me. You
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
know,
literally, all I did was put it in Google Images, and then I scroll down, and then I see the Canva frame,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, Paula, this is the frame that they use, the exact same frame. Someone
yeah.
in the comments asked if I know which accounts are actually Megan. No, I have never had any contact with Megan ever in my life, as far as I know. I just know that when I basically said that I'm no longer going to be running a fan page, some of the biggest accounts, like I said, Megan PD, how is an account with 100,000 followers even knowing who I am? That's my question. But I
Right.
was literally, they posted in their Instagram stories, oh, report this account, she's saying all this horrible stuff about Megan, when all I said was I'm no longer going to be running a fan page because I don't personally align with I didn't agree with Megxit. I didn't agree with how it went down. I did
Right.
not.
How she did
Yeah,
everything. She's
yeah,
just,
I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then good for
So
you. And that's the whole point. And I'll thank people as they come in with the super chats, but I want, just for you to be able to think, yes, your behavior
mhm.
is not what I am going to support.
Yeah,
And that's what it's about. And
yeah.
for people to attack me for all I shared was a photo and said thoughts, and their behavior goes outside the line of just being basic respect.
Mhm.
It's like you don't do that to people. And if Megan were the kind of person, if since she does talk to these people, she needs to check these people, because
She's
you
never
don't,
gonna do that.
because
She's never
you
gonna
these
do
are
that.
the people that are representing you. These
Yeah.
are the people who you align yourself with. So what does that say about your character? What does that say about you as a person? When you have people that are your fans that are nasty, evil, and just want to just come at you with a knife and don't care nothing about what you're saying or how you're saying it. They just want to attack just because they're just that sinister. And I think there's something wrong with the person that supports that kind of group of people. And I think it tells you a lot about the person Meghan is, because that's what she aligns herself with. People that do these kinds of things. And I'll never forget what they did to Samantha, and how the death threats that she was getting, and how they just wanted to make her life so miserable. I mean, it's criminal. They're doing things that are criminal. And I don't understand how, and this is why I think what it does, it makes people like us really want to get the expose the lies, because that kind of a person should not be so well aligned to make it ahead in this world of Hollywood or whatever it is that she's trying to do, because everything about what she is trying to do is beyond the pale of just being a basic decent kind of a person. You are out to just destroy and do the most harm to people. You're not trying to be legit in your stance of being a duchess and just working hard. You want to lie. You want to just get out and deceive people and have them be attacked. And it's just not okay. I try to be a good person. I know, we try to be good people. There's no way I would align myself with people that were treating other people like this. There's just no way. And I'm just disgusted that Meghan does it.
Because what does it say about you? You know what I mean? Because they say birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hang out with thieves and say, oh, I'm the only one who doesn't steal amongst you. What is it about you that likes to gravitate towards thieves or liars or people who are whatever? You know what I mean? So it's I think it's crazy, because even, I don't know if you remember, there's this woman who kind of looks like Meghan Markle, and the Sussex squad was saying that the picture of her and the daughter are Meghan and Lily, and the kid is obviously
the girl has like green eyes, and she's
right,
and the girl is obviously like biracial, like light skinned black with beautiful curly hair or whatever. And the mom had to come out and say, "This is my kid, and my kid is like 9 years old now. This is a very old picture, and I'm not Meghan. This is not Meghan."
I remember that.
It's very obvious that it's not Meghan. Like it's just a woman who happens to look like her, you know. So, and I've seen when Meghan went to the polo match with the red lipstick and the polka dot shirt and that big ass hat, and I'm sorry, was acting very drunk. There was somebody there who had their own child who was like a little redheaded white child, and Meghan is looking at the kid like, oh my god, look at that child. And people were like, the Sussex were like, oh my god, I bet this is Meghan, and I think this is Meghan, and Lily bet, oh look at that. I'm like, and I don't know what's going on, because I mean, I personally did not align myself with people who are like, as I like to say, soft-brained. And I'm gonna say soft-brained because I have seen the most bizarre I have seen the most bizarre comments from the Sussex squad, not geared towards me, but literally just so strange. Like, there was a comment that I'll never forget, because they were saying that people who don't like Meghan are jealous that Harry is, let me say, having intimate relations with a woman of black descent and having intimate relations with a but the way that they put it was like that, okay, that he was like putting his royal you know what inside of a black duchess. And
are you serious?
And the comment was so unhinged, as they like to say. Like, the comment was literally so unhinged that it was like, you guys are just jealous because he's having relations with his black duchess, and you guys are mad. And I'm like, and that's what the Sussex squad says to me. They say, turn up my sound. Okay, I'm like, I have my headphones in, and they're like, the volume is already up, but it's like halfway up because I don't want to, blow my ears out. But literally, like, the comments that I got were that I was jealous because Meghan is half white. And I just feel like black people are so colorist, like PDina.
They are.
Black people are so colorist, and colorism is like another version. If people in the comments are like, what? because white people like to tan sometimes, so y'all probably don't know what this means, but like when you're
Yeah.
colorist, it's when you're basically not white and you think that if you're closer to being white skinned, then you're better. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So if I
Yeah.
had a add,
Anti-racist.
yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is like racism, but it's people amongst your own color, right?
Yeah.
So if you're like South Asian and you're tan, or you're Indian and you're obviously not Paula's color, then if we were all,
I
if we
take
were
offense to that.
if we, because and now there's literally this whole thing in the black community. Latanya said it, that there's this whole thing in the black community of, oh, you're light skinned, you think you're better, oh, you think you're cute, oh, da da da, because you're light. Like, to me, pretty is pretty, to me, beautiful is beautiful. And the
Yeah.
thing
Right.
about it is, I have liked men who are better looking than Prince Harry, but like I'm not a
Prince Harry
person
is
who feels
ugly as hell. I'm sorry.
I don't feel the need
In
to
any
come on
color.
social. I don't feel the need to be like, and the funny part is, like, okay, people want to talk about this racist, evil British Empire, but okay, oh, Madam Duchess, our Madam Duchess is not a African royal term. It is a British European royal
Yeah.
term. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, it happens in Jamaica, basically everywhere outside of Europe. To all the non-European cultures, there's colorism, oh, you're whatever.
There's a
So
lot of colorism. Yeah. And I know, like, even, I bring it up because I think there are certain Black people that really gravitate towards that a lot. And I think
mhm,
that's why Megan gets the support that she gets from the Black community, is because of colorism, because they're not
mhm.
looking at her character. They're not looking at what she's done to this family.
Yeah,
They're just looking, oh, that's the sister girl, we got to support her. And
just
that's how they
yeah,
blindly support her,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they're getting burned though.
and I
And the
mean, my
thing is
question.
that Megan has never felt proud to be Black. And I just wanted to add something. I think that this picture, I mean, there's two dimensions to this picture. If Megan sent it and she photoshopped it and she sent it to her fans,
Mhm.
and her fans are all proud, it's like she wants her fans to know her kids are white, 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 white. Remember that comment of Meghan Markle, blue, 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 blue? And the fans, who are mostly Black, say they want them people to know that Meghan had these white children because for them, Meghan, even being tan, the children, having a little bit of afro, it's intolerable. I just wanted
Mm-hmm.
to show you, we've talked about this picture quite extensively with PDina
Mm-hmm.
and you,
Mhm.
to me, because with this picture here, guys, this was in July 1st, 2016. Meghan Markle says swooning over these in London. She's supposed to be in London July 1st, 2016, when she was getting ready to go on a blind date with Prince Harry. Keep in mind that according to them, nobody in the world knew that she
New.
was going on a date with Prince Harry. Yet, Jem Vond goes, I wonder if these were from our prince. How would a fan know
Know
that
that.
Meghan Markle is going to a date with our
Yeah.
prince on
Prince.
July 1st, 2016, when she hadn't even gone to the date, or it wasn't public knowledge,
So
unless that's Markle's account.
that's
Do
the
you
answer
think?
to the question, to the
Do,
person that asked if does she have any private accounts. So we believe, folks, that is the account of Meghan Markle undercover. Okay,
One
go
of
ahead.
many.
One of many. Okay, go ahead, to me.
no, I was gonna say, do you think, because remember she deleted her socials right around the time of the engagement. So from 2016 up until the engagement, which was November 2017, she
Yeah.
had her socials open and was dropping these hints that she was
Mm.
with Harry. So maybe that's an account that, like, after the, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. Maybe after the relationship was leaked in October
No, this is
2016.
July 1st. This was July 1st,
No,
2016.
I know that's when they were that's when it was posted. That's when it was posted. But like, I'm saying maybe that was before the account was deleted. So the screen grab was like, maybe the comment was made. Like,
No, it
do you
was
think
made
that?
that same
No,
day. No, it was made that day.
Okay,
it was made that
There
day.
was a
okay,
second comment there.
Yeah, it was
okay,
made that day.
okay.
And just a quick shout out to Margie M. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay, thank you, dear. All right, so now what was the other question that you had, Paula? Did you have another
Well, the
question?
thing is that there's many dimensions to this. One, that if she's sending these pictures to these people, because we know at least that they've called once. We know that she's in
Yeah.
touch with Posey. We know that he's in touch of coordinating all these evil people to attack for example, Meghan's Mole. They even feature Meghan's Mole in Netflix. Shallow Nestor. So we know that they're watching channels and stuff like that. So
Right.
that means that Meghan Markle may have sent these pictures because, I did a Dan Wooden thing, and the mainstream media are now starting to ask serious questions about whether these children exist or not, to the point that the guy on Talk TV said, these children don't exist.
Yeah.
Laughing on that panel. So I wonder if that was a desperate attempt of Meghan Markle to send it to her legion of cultist fans and say, you know what, put it out that I have kids, these are my kids and they're beautiful and blah blah blah, and it backfired. And two, I don't believe that. I think she's even lying to her own fans, and I think that they're angry at you, PDina, mostly because nobody bought that those are her children, and that instead of people, because I think look at the timing that the picture was released.
Up again. So
they asked to see the picture of the kids again.
Yeah, let me see the picture again.
I have it here if you want it.
Just leave it there, and
I have it here. I'll share you because I'm going to share your. Actually, I'm sharing your thing with the picture.
I mean, do you think? Well, okay. After you mention what you're saying, I want to talk about the look of the kids because. I was really confused. I'm like, could this be? And then I know Tuma, you were saying, no way, this is Photoshop.
Yeah,
but and most people will just, look at a photo and not think that, but things popped out to you. And then things popped out to me too. But then I thought, well, maybe it could be. I just, wasn't sure because that takes me to the overall thing about Meghan and her stories. The fact that there is even a conspiracy around it is a problem. And I talked about that in my video, kid drama. But go ahead, Paula. I don't want to go off.
I have your thing there.
Okay, here it is. Okay. And so this is what I posted. Yeah.
And this is what has them mad. It's been shared over 1.4 million, and the comments are brutal, but not a lot of angry Sussex squads are there, leaving really nasty messages. But also people started to say these are not them. And I think that the fans, the Sussex squad, might feel cheated that they're being made fun of by Meghan Markle, because I think even some of them can tell that these are not the kids.
But do you think that she would do that to her Sussex?
Absolutely.
100%.
She would do that. She would put something out that's not her kids and tell her Sussex squad people to put this out there. Or just give it to one person in the hopes that it will be leaked out.
Archie's hair looks like there was before Archetypes came out, there was a Zoom call that was had where Archie was in the Zoom call and he looked depressed. And it was Meghan with curly hair and Doria in the background, and then Archie was there, but they blocked out his face with an emoji. But then the picture of his face actually came out, and then they put a like the Sussex squad does this thing where they're like crisp, make the photo very, very crisp because it was a blurry Zoom thing. So they made it very, very crisp. And it literally looks like they took that, like, Paula, if you go on my Instagram, the royal Instagram page, that's the Duchess Diaries official or something like that, you'll see the picture that I posted where it has that face and then Lily's face from the first birthday party.
In your Instagram for me? In your Instagram?
Yeah, on not the Tumayuki Instagram, the Duchess Diaries one, the other one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like they took those two faces and put them on those other people's bodies, and like, yeah, that's what it looks like.
So okay, so
and the hair is exactly the same. That's why I wanted to say the hair is exactly the same.
Yeah, and then when you saw the hair of Archie, there looked like a dark spot in the front of it. When you look right here, that part, there's like a little dark patch. You could tell like the hair is manipulated some kind of way, and he looks so much older. Like the head don't even go with that body, with the body. Like he looks like a kid body, but the face looks so much more older.
Face, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you spell Duchess Diary? How do you spell Duchess Diary?
Here, I'm sending it to you right now. Hold on, give me 1 second.
So I guess the question becomes, why, when you are a public person like this, you play these games and you hide like your children, and then you want to maybe show it's them and show that it's not that.
Oh
What's that?
my God. Share this. Oh my, you're very good to me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see.
I should join the FBI.
Interesting.
This is the face of that little boy there, but
And
they
they flipped
altered
it.
the
It looks like they
hair.
flipped it. Yeah.
Okay, go back up. Go back. Let me see. Hold on.
What do y'all think in the comments?
I see why there's that patch now. That patch is there to mess with the hair, to be different or inconsistent with a copy.
You see,
Yep.
it's too soft and it's too smooth. You know what I
Because she
mean?
took
Like
a
that's not.
picture with this little boy. I remember she took a picture with this little boy that they pretended that she had to take it down because they were at a play date. And people
No,
say, "Oh,
that's
hang
not
out with
that's
Archie."
not the picture. That's not the picture. That was a Zoom call that she did with Doria, and
Oh,
Doria
yes.
was in the back, and then this was Archie was in her lap, but they put a like a emoji over it. And
But that's
then
not Archie. That's not
some
Archie either.
someone in the Sussex squad had made because this was such a blurry image, they made it more crisp. So when I I did my detective work, and I was like, I've seen this boy's face before. So boom,
That's
case closed.
interesting. That's
Case
very
closed.
interesting. Send that to me, Paula. Would you
I will send
send
it
that
to
to
you
me?
right away.
Okay, so okay.
You said Toomey should be in the FBI.
And,
I swear to God, to me. I swear to God, you should. But
what is the
this is the
goal?
thing.
What is the end goal? Why is she? What? Why is this happening?
I think that she wants. I think that seeing the children, the Wells's children. I don't know what people in the chat may think, but seeing the Wells's children, how they're real and how popular, and how everybody was talking so positively about it, and
Uh-huh.
how she's been criticized for those children not existing. And now she wanted something put out that her kids exist. But it seems that both kids exist in different seasons, because one, Lily's always in summer, and Archie's always in winter or fall. You know, I mean, just look at the timing that it was released. It's like, well, everybody's talking about the Wells children. Well, here are Lily and Archie.
Okay, so what was the last thing that they posted, the Wells, that would trigger this photo?
Well,
What-
Well, they
the
knew that the
walk.
Christmas walk was gonna come, and Prince
okay,
Louis.
so when the Christmas walk, when they were going to church, everyone was talking about the church, and I remember seeing William talking to people. I mean, it was such a
It was all
warm
over the news.
exchange.
It was all over the
It was
news.
everywhere. And then we see, and that was when this comes out, the photo, the Chris, and then what I saw, it said Merry Christmas on the private one, but then the other one said holiday card, right?
Mm.
Okay, so to take away the attention from the Wells going to church, this comes out. And
I
that
mean,
just adds
she's
to the story of all the
yeah.
things that she does
I
to
mean,
manipulate.
she's never ever going to upstage the Wales' children, no matter what. That's literally like delusional. And I'm not a person who tells people that they're being delusional, but that is literally delusion.
So
And
yeah.
like there's too much inconsistency and weirdness and all of that kind of stuff around. Like there were even people who are like photoshopping Catherine in the hospital with no hair and like, oh, we're gonna love Catherine, even if she's wearing a scarf. Like they want to see her bald headed and
That's
trembling in a cardigan,
terrible.
like because she
That's
has cancer.
terrible.
Like,
See, and that's the level, and that right there for me is the bigger picture of all of this. It's not really about these little attacks and these things. The bigger picture is that someone of Meghan's supposed, who she is. I mean, she has a title from England. She married someone within the British royal family. The fact that she behaves this way and has an army of people that act like this, do these nasty things, so much about her. And I think that's why it leads us to continue to talk about it, because we can't allow, let alone prop up someone like Meghan who is doing these kind of things. I think I mean, the good in the world that people do is meaningful, but this is really at a level where she's doing very nasty, ugly things in the world to make it look like with the charity work that she's doing good things. Like, that deception and fraud is the bigger picture that needs to be called out, because I just can't understand how, like, the monarchy needs to do something about this woman and all, because I don't know if you've heard about the most recent stories that are coming out about what she is trying to do with her brand. There's talks now that Meghan Markle's ultimate goal is to be considered American royalty. That is
By doing what?
Right. But like, and I've always said it, she won't stop. Like, this is someone who is so tenacious about what they want. She's going to keep going. And to what extreme? Like, when do you say, okay, that's too far? I can't do
but
that. I don't think that will ever be the case.
Yeah, I don't
The
think
problem is that people say, "Oh, just let her. What harm does it do?" And people laugh at, but it's a lot, because if you allow it, it becomes kind of like the reality of it all, and it becomes accepted because it wasn't stopped. And I think that the reason why PDINA is being attacked is because they hate that the response that instead of upstaging the Wells's children, which are real, they instead people are ridiculing this, so they do their MO, which is try to discredit and destroy. And destroy.
She
make this photo up. She didn't frame it. She found it. And people are, what's your source? We're never gonna I have so many people sending me stuff on Facebook, and the first thing they tell me is don't
share. And I get things too that is shared with me that I'm asked not to even mention it. Like, there's just so much backstory and anonymous things that we get. I mean, we still have to, check and make sure they're legit, but there are things that we get behind the scenes all the time. People email us things. But let's look at what Flying Mom Laura said. Thank you very much for the super chat. My theory is that Meghan put out the picture to get back at Harry. Meghan seems to be on a control freak. Now, that's a good point, Laura, only because I know there's this war between her and Harry around the children, because we know Netflix wanted to have the children more prominent in the shows that they were supposed to be doing, even I think in the Polo show. But Harry didn't want to do that. Meghan did, because she knows the one way that she can really shoot to stardom is by using, well, I wouldn't say stardom like that.
Kris Jenner. She
wants to be that person. Yes. And here, and this is why they have so much that they're conflicted with right now, is because she wants to do it and Harry doesn't.
Now that you've mentioned the Kardashians invited Harry and Meghan and the kids to spend Christmas with all of them. But the invitation was rejected because only one of them could make it to the dinner.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay.
So
say it once. Okay, say it one more time. Say it one more time.
The matriarch, Kris Jenner, invited Harry and Meghan and Harry with the kids to come and spend Christmas, because of course they have a lot of kids.
Yes.
But the invitation was rejected because only one of them could come. The other is not around.
What do you mean when you say other one?
Yeah, only one of them too could come to the dinner. The other one couldn't come to the dinner.
Of Meghan and Harry, not the children. You're talking about the Meghan and Harry.
Well, the excuse was that only one of them would have been able to come to the dinner. Not that both of them, not Harry nor Meghan.
Or what about the kids?
The kids can't go.
The kids would have come, but the problem is it would have been just one parent, because the other one is not around.
That is some breaking news.
Yes, it's all over the place with NT lawyer.
That is very revealing, because I just talked to my husband about this, and he was like, "Did she spend Christmas with that man?" And if they didn't, let me tell you something right now, folks. Let me just tell you right now, from a sister girl to everybody else out there, this marriage is over. Okay? If you did not spend Christmas with your man, that is what it is. Okay?
No, Andrea, Paula's not fibbing. I saw the post myself where anti-lawyer talked about it, and it was on Reddit too.
Okay,
just
so
because, just because somebody
Otis is begging. Okay.
No,
okay.
Just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean Paula is making things up.
Exactly.
Like she would have been sued into oblivion if she just made things up as they go along. Someone else on X, and I think he has a website, anti-lawyer, he posted about how allegedly Meghan was invited. I saw the post with my own two eyes that Meghan was allegedly invited over to Kris Jenner's house, but Meghan and Harry, but only one person could show up. So yeah,
Okay.
and
So,
also
mhm.
remember that Doria was at that Hollywood party with Kim Kardashian and whatchamacallit, and then weren't they together again at the Beyonce concert? I don't remember. Something like that.
And Harry went with Corey Gamble to ski, remember?
Yes, yeah. So they are
Okay.
close to the Kardashians, but they just
Yes.
haven't gone on the pap walks together like Paris Hilton and Kim K.
Right, and they want to do the royalty. I mean, the reality thing. That's exactly what I think the
I mean,
Kardashians
that's what
want.
Meghan wants to do.
Yeah, that's what she wants to do. So Saint
Yeah.
Hudson says it's called rage baiting and
Yep.
trolling.
Yep.
She thinks she's creating fame, but really she's creating infamy. That's why she can't sell products. And I have to agree with you, girlfriend. Thank you, Saint Hudson. I have, yeah, exactly.
I honestly think the whole Meghan Markle saga is it's like Icarus who flew too close to the sun vibes. It's giving that,
Yes,
story. But
yes,
it really is a lesson on what not to do when you get to where you think you want to go. You know
that's
what I'm
right.
saying? Because one thing is one thing I will say I do admire about Meghan is her social climbing abilities. I'm not going to lie. I have always admired the fact that I mean, yeah, she had a rich dad, but I'm saying that like the way that she maneuvered and like introduced herself to all of these people, because I have like a private Pinterest board of like her whole everything, like literally everything, like her going to different events, social climbing, getting in photographs with people, thinking, oh, if I'm pictured with this person, then this is gonna work out. Da, da, da. The thing I don't like is that she's always dumping people like a hot potato. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She'll be going to Soho Farmhouse with Millie McIntosh and then dump her like a hot potato as soon as she gets with Harry. She'll go on a date with Piers Morgan and then cling to as soon as she gets Harry's number, she dumps Piers Morgan like a hot potato. You don't like bite the hand that feed you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And people
Yeah.
helped you get somewhere. You don't like
You
crap
don't
on
treat
them in
people like
return.
that. Yeah, it's like she's putting out bad juju. Is it what they say, juju?
The thing is, a lot of people are saying that Harry spent Christmas with the Spencers and
So he was in England, and it makes sense,
Allegedly.
doesn't
I don't
it?
know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true.
Well,
or not.
right, allegedly, but
Yeah.
just
People are
think
saying
about
that
it.
he's-
Doesn't
that
it make
he's at
sense?
Althorpe, which is very close to Sandra.
Right, right. Because think about it. Harry has grown up his whole life doing this every year for Christmas with his family. And you would think that at some point you want to share that with your children, with your family. And he can't because Meghan, they say, will never step foot again in the United Kingdom. So it just makes so much sense that he would be there
I think the
in at
only
least
time
the
she'll go back to
UK.
the UK is when King Charles dies. I think she'll go back for his funeral, but other than that, she'll like stay away.
If she's still
Yeah.
together with Harry,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
if she's still together with Harry, because other than that, the way things are going, I mean, they couldn't even put a picture of them hugging. Whatever happened to Salt and Pepper,
Stick
whatever
together.
happened. And I remember that engagement interview that I'm glad she's here because whatever challenges we have, we will face them together.
Exactly. And
Indestructible.
you don't see them together on a Christmas card. Even if this is
you
supposed
never see them together doing anything. What
anything.
about couples who go on date nights? How many times did we see Kim Kardashian and Kanye together in their own marriage? You know what I'm saying? Like they were out and about, they did things. And my question, the thing that confuses me is like, I'm sorry, but like, okay, if it was me and I was trying to do American Riviera Orchard or whatever the case may be, like I just would have moved differently, as the kids say. I'm wearing a blanket because I'm cold, but like I would have just been completely different. And like I am confused at how when she was trying to be a star, she was always outside. She was always outside, always paparazzi this and that, even though she would call them. But like my other thing is, how come now that she's Madam Duchess and she's living in Montecito, no one ever sees her? Her neighbors don't even see her. No one sees
They haven't seen her anywhere in Montecito, but they have seen her in Wilshire Boulevard quite a lot, doing the walks everywhere, going to restaurants in Hollywood.
But how come we don't get those paparazzi photos
Exactly.
of her every week? Why is she in the house having the security guards bring her coffee? It's because she's so powerful and the queen of the universe.
Right. It really shows us that we're on track with everything that we talked about. Like this is a marriage that is ending. It's we're watching it. And you know what I think a good comparison will be
Okay.
is how she
Okay.
dumped Trevor. It's exactly how it's going to be now with Harry, and how nasty it was, how mean and vindictive she was when she got rid of Trevor, because Harry is in for a whirlwind of a split with this
You
woman
can,
because
you know
she's
how
going
many
to
videos this woman has on Harry? I look
she's got
forward to those videos. How about you two?
I mean, she's got some stuff on him. I mean, I know for sure because we know she was filming things with inside the what
Oh,
Buckingham
she was filming
Palace.
everything. I'm sure she's been filming everything Harry does.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like she's collecting all this evidence on him, and he's lollyfooting around like whatever, but not understanding that in front of your face, Harry, she's like called the Paps. You've wondered why they showed up. Like there are things that he's in the dark on, and this is wife. Can you imagine? Like it seems so. Like, why would you do that to your husband?
Well,
You
because
know?
she always had a plan to divorce him. I think, and what's going to be very interesting is whether she'll be allowed to keep using the Sussex title.
She will
That's
be allowed to.
That's because that might be a chance for King Charles to also remove it from the Duchess of York, who's also embroiled in a huge scandal right now with
Right now
Andrew.
with
So
Andrew and their
he could
spies.
write a letters patent saying that ex-wives can no longer use any of the royal titles.
Thank you, Shaz, for being a member. And she says Lily's face is Archie in
South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Lily's face is Archie. Okay, so that's
When
the
Archie
same
was in
look.
South Africa as a
So this,
baby, remember,
yeah.
like they only age the baby.
Hmm. So I don't know. I just think it's why
No, but
why
don't.
do that
I
with your
mean, the reason why
kids?
they attack you is because it backfired. It didn't take away attention from the children, and instead the picture was ridiculed. So therefore, they attack you. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've
Yeah.
heard some people that you're even a sugar. I mean, I've gotten emails. Did you see your friend?
What?
Like, and I'm like,
That
what?
I'm a sugar?
Yeah, and this is why you wanted to play along with it to upstage the Wells's children. I was here to laugh, and it's like, check yourself out the door.
Oh my gosh. Okay, folks. Y'all just giving me a lot to laugh at. I mean, I tell you, it's just
But that's the
unbelievable.
insanity when things backfire. They always have a way of blaming other people.
Yeah.
Megan
Yeah.
played them for fools. I don't think for 1 minute that she actually sent them a real picture of the real kids. I think she
Mhm.
sent them a Photoshop picture that she signed, and then they
Mhm.
they all went crazy with it, and they just put it in that cheap or not cheap, that frame
That
thing, and
generic. Yeah.
thinking that, oh my God, they're gonna see the faces of Archie, because so far, and this time it says Merry Christmas, not Happy
Mhm.
Holidays.
Mhm.
This
Yeah,
girl
this time.
out of those them Wells's children, and it backfires, so they attack you. They attack you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just weird. I mean, I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. These people are just it's just mind-boggling. And so if you want to support, because I guess someone's put out some information about showing the annual earnings of my charity. It's like, okay, I'm not lying. I have a small charity. And what's your point? you
I
know?
know. But that's what they think, and they try to understand that Meghan Markle, she still hasn't. By the way, their tax is still not on the IRS platform, even though they sent it on November 15th, which means there are a lot of inconsistencies because the IRS hasn't posted it officially. It
Yeah.
has to be accepted to be put there because there's a $6 million donation they received, but they're only reporting five.
Yeah. And they got so many connections. You'd think they'd get more. You think they'd have way more in donations, considering, their profile, I would think anyway. And did you know that they did not even go to George and Amal Clooney's foundation
The one has
gala that they had? I mean, you must be thinking that your life has really hit rock bottom if,
Yeah,
you're in
this is
America.
why Amal
Mhm.
Clooney gave her the airplane to fly for the New York baby shower, obscene baby shower.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and now and they went twice to their villa, and now they're not even invited to a gala in
They
New York.
I mean, and the word on the street is, thank you, Renee, for your super sticker. The word on the street is that everyone in Hollywood is trying to avoid them. Like, it is open now. People are saying it. I think you told me also about another A-lister
Yes.
that wanted to not be around if Megan was going to be there.
Yep.
Like,
Everybody's avoiding her like the plague, because and also there was this blind with anti-lawyer. Well, he also said that the poor guy was cornered at I think it's called San Vicente, which is like or San Isidro Ranch, because they don't allow anybody to bring phones in. And as soon as she saw this A-lister, she really was all over him. She was partying the night away with her girlfriends without Harry. And the A-lister
wow.
is trying to be nice to her because, of course, he's there. And then she's asking him for his phone number, and he said, "Oh, I don't know my own phone number." And they don't allow us to bring the phones in here.
I mean, oh my God, can you imagine? You're finally here, because this is how I look at it, Paula. From the very beginning, let's just go way back to the interview. I guess we lost Toomey. Her internet's
Yeah,
slow or
and
something.
don't
But
worry.
I mean, imagine you go back to that when that initially happened, and this is where you end up. Nobody wants to be around you. Everything you're doing is flopping. Your marriage is come to an impending end. Is I mean, we know it's going to happen. And there's these big controversies around like your children. Hey, Toomey, welcome back.
No, I've been here the whole time.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We couldn't see
Imagine,
you.
But I
Tina,
guess you guys
this
couldn't see me.
woman went from being next to the Queen of
Of
England,
England.
the
Yes.
royal balcony of the Queen of England, next to the Queen of
Like
England,
literally on the balcony waving with the queen, okay?
to
To
walk
be
in the parking lots at the background on the back place of some place there.
it's I mean, it really is, I think, a case study, like
I
what
think
not
it's
to
because
do.
Megan's idea of royalty is being Angelina Jolie. It's not
Yeah,
being an actual queen or an actual duchess. Those things don't benefit her because
right.
she wants to say, like, being a nepo baby. She wants to be like Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie. She doesn't care about history or
She doesn't care about, yeah, the things she could have asked the queen, like what was it like, with whoever in history that you could learn more
she
about. Like,
doesn't
you
care
have
about
firsthand
any of that.
accounts.
Yeah, she wants to see her name on the big screen in the lights and Megan, the Duchess. The Duchess was just, if she could have married a CEO, she would have done the same thing. Like, it's literally about Megan funding and financing her own ambitions and
Yeah,
having a fast track to Hollywood because I'm sorry, she can't act. Suits was the only thing she was decent in because she was in there for 10 seconds and because of the studio lighting, the script, and the other characters who are making her look better than
yeah,
she was. You know what I mean? Because if you,
yeah.
the same time she was in Suits, if you watch that movie Random Encounters that she was in, it was horrible. It wasn't even
Mm.
like, it was like a Tubi movie. It was really, really bad. You know what I mean? So that's why she only ever talks about Suits, was because that was the only place where she actually looked halfway decent of an actress.
Because
And
she was
Yeah.
hardly ever in it.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
but she was
And
able
the
to
show
milk.
was popular, not her.
Yeah, and she was able to milk being and when in the cast of Suits. And also
Yeah.
people were talking about Emma Weymouth, the Marchioness of Bath. She used to
Oh,
be
yeah.
the
Uh-huh.
Viscountess. Yeah,
Yeah.
and how she is a person who, she guest edits, she's a contributor to British Vogue. She's friends with Edward Enninful, the guy who was I guess the whatever he was at British
The
Vogue.
Vogue
Oh,
editor that
yeah.
Yeah.
The
contacted.
editor of Vogue.
And how she's half black. Her dad is a Nigerian oil tycoon, a billionaire, and the mom is, white British, whatever. And how she grew up obviously very wealthy and married the guy who's the now Marquis of Bath. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so
Yeah.
like they live in literally at Longleat Estate, and she's living the life Megan dreamed of, going to all the parties.
Yep.
I think she modeled for Dolce and Gabbana. She's best friends with Kitty Spencer, and she wasn't invited to the wedding.
She was not invited to the wedding.
I
Isn't
don't
that
believe that she was
something?
at the wedding.
Yeah.
I don't think she was at the wedding.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
so,
so either. I
and
don't.
she's a person who Meghan could have learned from and talked to, and imagine them going out for lunches. Imagine them going on their own little trips and doing their own thing and being besties or whatever. But no, Meghan wants to
Right.
be the only one and the only, crabs in a bucket. Also, another weird, catty mentality of, oh, I have to be the only one who's the only woman at the job, the only black woman at the job. If there's another black woman at the job, we're in competition. No, we're not.
Yeah, right.
So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's sad. And think about this, just to your point, Paula, about, or I think to me, you were saying about her being on Suits and milking it. If you go on her IMDb and you look at, like, he has over 300 pictures of her on Suits and other things that she's done. That's how you know she's milking it, because that is way too many pictures. I'm sorry, for IMDb. And it's like all these things are Suits. And it's just watching it, I just am in awe of the poor choices and the direction that things are going with this relationship with Meghan and Harry right now. Because, at the end of the day, Harry is going to be the one who is going to be the one on the bottom. I mean, in terms of his outcome of all of this, because Meghan's going to be just fine. She's going to wash her hands of it and she's just going to do her. But Harry's going to be on the losing end of all of this. And that's just how it's going to be. But I just see it coming.
You think that the royal family is not going to? I think if push comes to shove, I believe that the royal family is going to come out fighting for their own.
Yeah.
Especially Meghan Markle uses dirty tricks, and the royal family is way more powerful than Rachel Meghan Markle.
I just think they're gonna get him a good lawyer and keep it at that. I don't see William and Catherine and them actually saying any statements personally if she tries to pull an Amber Heard personally.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some really bad things happening that are going to be below the belt, and it's going to be like nothing we've seen. I mean, yeah, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, like, you thought there was drama there. You wait till the drama.
Harry doing things he doesn't even know he's done.
I mean, this man don't even live in the real world. He doesn't even know what it's like to be just a regular Joe Schmo. He's gonna be blindsided everywhere he look. He's gonna be blindsided by everything this girl gonna pull out.
Do you guys honestly believe that Meghan will divorce Harry because of what will come next? She's she's 45. Like, she's like 43, 44, 45. However old she is. And you really think she's gonna be on her what marriage? Her third marriage?
Well,
who's gonna marry her?
This is the thing. I don't know that it will be it won't happen anytime soon. Like, I don't think it's going to be okay. They got a divorce. Like, this is going to be a gradual thing. We're already seeing how they're separated professionally. They're not together as often, just in, like, for Christmas and other things. And they're going to continue to grow apart. But then we're going to be so used to that, then it's just going to become final. It's going to be like a separation without the actual paperwork. But that's when I think all the dirty tricks are going to happen while they're still married. I think, and then it's going to get worse and worse.
I honestly thought when Megxit happened that they would have had, but the problem is when you're dealing with a narc, you cannot listen and you cannot, because, okay, like, I do my own arts and entertainment things, but I'm at a point where I'm like, I need actual help. Like, I would love to be managed by somebody. I've hit up people to be like, oh, I need a manager because I know I've done what I can do by myself. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm the type of person who, if I had a manager and they were instructing me, okay, Tumi, this is what you're going to do, or I had a PR person, this is how we're going to go about this, and this is the story that we're going to tell, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, I'm just going to do my own thing. You don't know nothing. Why did I hire you for? But
exactly.
Meghan is the person who literally doesn't listen, like a child, like a kid who never, I'm not saying to beat your kids, but a kid who never got a spanking, who was never disciplined, who just thinks, oh, well, I'm going to just
do whatever she wants.
Do whatever I want. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Yeah.
She doesn't listen, and that's the problem. But I mean, I'm intrigued by a lot of the things that are happening. I think with the children, more specifically, it's just sad to see someone use their children like this.
You know what I think about the kids? Personally, I remember when Harry was mad and talking about how, oh, when my mom passed, that people in the streets were crying over Diana, and they didn't even know her. She's my mom. What are you crying about? I
Oh, yeah.
personally think that if there are kids that Harry and Meghan have decided to con the world by doing all this weird ass shady stuff because they get a kick out of this. Like, I feel like they're actually crazy people and they actually get a kick out of I feel like they watch our videos like while eating powdered donuts, if you know what I'm saying, and they're just sitting there like, oh my god, you see, they're talking about us. Yeah, we got them. They believe that these are our kids. Like, I just believe
That they're trying to,
it really affected me having all these paparazzi photos as a child and the camera's always clicking, that we're just gonna have fakes and stand-ins and doubles, and that's just what we're gonna do. But
yeah,
like, you
like,
can't
so
keep it
they're playing the
something.
games behind the scenes, like,
Well,
Playing some weird games, but then it doesn't add up with Netflix why they add all those photos and handed over their camera roll to Netflix.
well, you
But
know what? But that makes sense to me. You know why? When he talked, because I was just finishing up my video on Deal Book Summit, where he talked about how the trolls are like they've gotten divorced 10, 12 times, and they're like, they wait, and then all of a sudden nothing happens. And then he's happy to see nothing come out of what he was building up for the trolls to get excited about. Remember when he talked about that during the Deal Book Summit, where he
but
was
he didn't
calling
deny the divorce. He didn't deny
he didn't deny the divorce either. And then also, well, I'm gonna leave it for my video that I'm gonna put out about the interview.
It's interesting, you know, that because the reason why we wanted, well, I think Pidina wanted to do the video is because of this picture, how much controversy has raised, and how, and it's something that because the only thing you did, you put it on X saying thoughts. That's it.
That's
And then
all I
you
did.
did a video. But it's incredible because if it is a picture that she sent to her fans, she's lying to her fans, you know, and the fans buy into that. You know what I mean? And they're so desperate. And it means that even the fans don't know what the hell's going on with these people and that they're being lied to and manipulated, you know?
Right. They're being lied to.
Well, okay. All right. Why? Okay. When Catherine, took her break for her health purposes, did we as people who like Catherine start making AI photos and making AI, here's AI photos of Catherine and William? No, because we have enough photos for the past decade or over a decade of Catherine to look at if we think about her or we miss her, right? We don't think about, I've never thought in my life to make AI photos of Charlotte and Louis and oh my God, George, Prince George, because Prince George, because we have photos and photos and photos and photos and photos and photos and photos of them literally throughout the years, and videos. Those are real people. Those are real people. There's
right?
No AI. There's no holograms. We see actual real photos and paparazzi photos, and they're the same kids. So I think the fact that there's so much mystery, it would be different if you just said we don't want to show our kids, but then people will call you out and be like, "But you made a Netflix documentary with a naked child in the bath."
Yeah, right.
But did you notice that? Did you notice that Netflix never filmed the kids? Netflix never filmed the kids.
They never did. It was all their home videos.
And these are supposed to be the same kid, by the way. I did this on purpose because I want people to understand this. This is not the same kid.
That is not, no.
This is not the same kid. Look at the space between here and the eyebrow. And look at the space between this kid and this kid. Look at the nose. Look at the space between the nose and the lip here. And look at the one here. Look at the shape of the face. Look at the ears. It is not the same child. And this is why even the Sussex squad is having a hard time generating a proper AI image, because every time they've shown a child, it's a different one.
Don't you think it's kind of dangerous to even want to hide and play these games, because it brings more curiosity to people that want to get to the truth of who the kids are, because there's so much hidden things around it.
I don't know if you remember, like during 2020 and 2021, there was all these, somebody was in Meghan and Harry's backyard and the cops were called and the alarms were going off in the house. So the catastrophic car chase, they're doing all of these things to say, you see, they pulled our protection. The paparazzi are not going to break into your house and take photos of you on the toilet.
Exactly.
That's not how they operate. That's not how they operate. So
It's like the hype behind all these paparazzi, and Megan would always call the paparazzi to take pictures of her. But now there's this big, hoopla around they're taking pictures of me to create some
mhm.
kind of hysteria around the fact that people are taking her picture. And it's nothing like what was done to Diana or Catherine for that
No.
matter.
And
So
the
it's
funny
just the
part,
hype.
is there's even videos on BuzzFeed because you can there's a I'm gonna put people on game. If y'all don't know, we're gonna get in the field today and play a game. There's basically a website called Famous for a Day where they have packages. They literally have packages
Mm-hmm.
where you can rent paparazzi. You could get one cameraman, you could get two cameramen, but the most expensive package is if you get, I think, four cameramen and a security guard and a publicist. But I believe that they have people on their payroll because you keep seeing the same security guards, like the one dude in the tie from New York or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. They have the same security guards, but you can basically have that. And then there was a guy who did the Famous for a Day, and then he had his fake manager set him up with a radio interview. There it is. And then you can get the printouts of the photos, right? And I feel like there are paparazzi who know paparazzi. And why is it that if she's so famous and she's being seen every day, how come there's no photos? Because remember that the in Britain, the people were saying that yeah, there were photos taken of her, but the paparazzi only publish photos when you're doing a royal engagement. They don't publish the other
Right.
photos like that. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
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 So and it's like, Harry thinks he is protecting his children from the paparazzi, or his children from the people in the United Kingdom. No, he's just saying that. You know why he's saying that? Because Meghan's never going to go back there. He's never going to be allowed to go with these children to the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to
Mm-hmm.
make it seem like he can't bring them there because they're going to, there's going to be an
And
attack on
how
my
did he
family.
allegedly how did he allegedly bring them there for the Jubilee?
Exactly. No
Which
one
how is
knew.
it that
Right.
and
Very
how is it that
secretively, I
We
all
know
of
mean,
they
the
didn't. We know they didn't
yeah.
because I did a video about it. Remember, there was a judgment that there was a sentence that the judge rendered about Harry denying Harry the right, blah blah blah, right? That he had to do that, and then he listed all the times that Harry had come to the United Kingdom, and then
Mm-hmm.
in that document he said that Harry had requested in September that he wanted to bring his children and his wife in October for the first time. That he wanted to bring his children for the first time in October. And
Mm-hmm.
he gave the 28-day notice advance and that he would have gotten it. So, and nobody picked on it. I did like 3 or 4 videos about that because he said he listed all the times that Harry came and he didn't.
Mm.
And then I'll send you that link of that judgment because the judge went very detailed because saying the reason why, if you don't give notice, because he was complaining, remember
Mm-hmm.
the fake thing that he went to the well child and he claimed that paparazzi were following him and there was nobody
Yeah.
following him.
And there
That's
was
So
nobody.
interesting. Yeah.
the judge said, then, and in September, so in early September, you applied for request, gave the 28-day notice because you said that you wanted to bring your children for the first time to the United Kingdom and your wife in October, but then the Queen died. We know that, right? So he had
Mm-hmm.
applied the first week of September 2022 to bring his children for the first time into the United Kingdom. And
Yeah.
they
See.
listed there because he put it in
But
his thing
wasn't
that he
RT born
wanted
in
to
the
bring up his
UK?
children.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, he's trying to get that APP. Oh, is it an APP?
IPP.
IPP. I knew I was saying it wrong. Yeah, status. I think that's part of it too, right? But he can go and travel without being recognized and noticed. I think it's just part of the games that they play. That to me, you were talking about how they play these games, and I think that's what it is for them. It's just it's not real life. They live in a fantasy world. They are not really people that work hard, that want to do the work for the sake of paying your bills. I mean, like they just, want to do things, and they're not serious about life. Things are not really detrimental to them. They are doing things that it just doesn't make sense when you live in the real world. And I don't understand how anybody would take them seriously. And I think that's why they are not taken seriously by the majority of people in Hollywood now, because now people can see behind the curtain. And I believe the only people that will, and I hate to say it, but I think Black Hollywood, I know I hate to go there with the black and the white, but I
Gotcha.
think that the Black Hollywood
Oprah
people,
didn't invite him
But
to
we
the
have
and Gail just said something. I think, did you read the article where Gail said something about like she was defending her for something? I can't remember what it was for.
They defend her in an article, but they don't invite her to her parties.
Yeah, so well, but I think she'll keep trying. I don't know maybe how that will turn out. Maybe I don't know, Tyler Perry will put her in a movie or something. I don't know. It
She's
just
not
seems
black
like
enough. And she won't
yeah,
demean
she's not
herself.
black
She
enough.
won't
no,
demean
but
herself to work. She says she only wants to work with A-list directors. And remember the list of demands that
I
come.
remember, and I think if anything, she would turn it down, but I think Tyler would definitely help her. He would definitely, if she wanted something
I
in a
think he values
film.
his reputation, and
I
she's
don't
invited.
know. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint it. I mean, he is the kind
Well,
of
he
person
told
that
her, PDina, he already gave an interview where he's kind of putting distance between himself when they asked him if he helped Meghan
I
Markle.
mean, I don't see it.
with
I
the
that's
think
true. Yeah, that's true too. I think I would say Meghan is going to be at a point where she's so desperate that she will have to try to get something. I mean, what can they do now that we know American Riviera Orchard is not coming out anytime soon? The Meet Me by the Lake is going to be done by Netflix. They say Harry and Meghan are not in it, but that's the one last project that they do have. I mean, what is she going to do once the American Riviera fails and it flops? And we know that she's going to keep trying to do something.
She's going to keep milking Harry. The interesting part of it all is that one of the things that always annoy me, and I know that I got to them, is because whenever you do a video or you post a picture or something, instead of commenting positively, they insult you. Oh,
Yeah,
you're just jealous, or you're just this,
that's
or
the
or
yeah.
they mock you, instead of
Mhm.
talking about it like, okay, maybe this and that, like a lot of people were about my maid interview. And it's funny
Mhm.
because everything she said came
Mhm.
true. The governor
Yeah.
is called the California governor. Even Tatler magazine wrote, and it's still up there, that they met with Meghan Markle at her $2 million mansion in Los Angeles, £2 million mansion in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
She's not lying. She said that they don't live there, and now we know that nobody ever sees them at the mansion.
Yeah. It's I mean, it is the greatest historical, I don't know, thing of our modern times that has never happened. Like this has never happened before. I mean, do you see what I'm seeing coming with this couple?
I get confused. I just get confused. Whenever I think about Megan at the engagement interview, when she had literally the world at her fingertips and where she is now, I can't believe it. I'm like, what the
I
hell
can't-
happened?
It
I'm
is
like,
a case
how
study,
is
like
how is
Exactly.
this the
it is
same?
a
How is
case
this the same
study.
person? Yeah, I'm
It's
like,
it's
how
a
is this the
case
same person?
study.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really is mind-boggling to me. I just how did this happen? And now
This
you're
woman
trying
was
to
getting royalty and heads of state. She was traveling representing Her Majesty the Queen,
Queen
one
of
of the
but
most
England.
she wanted to represent
iconic
herself.
legends in the world, being at royal balconies, adored by millions. And now she's calling paps and begging them to come and take pictures of her. And the
But
back
you know,
garage.
the crazy part is that she like
It's embarrassing.
she had everything like without having to pay. You know what I mean? Like she was literally living on the taxpayer
Yes.
dime as a freaking senior working royal of the British royal family, the most
Famous family in the
Luis
world.
Claudia Salas is a snuff film, and
Oh,
Alec Baldwin as the
okay.
yeah.
producer.
Right. Oh, it's terrible. It's like I mean, woman, you have blown it. If I mean, and people want to, I mean, somebody need to go give this girl some advice. I mean,
Tubi should give her some advice. Say, listen, as a former
right.
squatty,
She won't listen to me, man.
Like sister girl to sister girl, what happened?
No,
How
because
did you blow it like this? You know? I can't
n-
believe it. I'm just like, I want to just some
We wish
nonsense
that she and
into
Harry
your
didn't.
head. I mean, you
We
have no nonsense. You're a
we
no
wish that
nonsense kind of person.
we wish that she and Harry would have actually been successful. But you can't be successful
Yeah.
bashing everybody. Like, but
Yeah, exactly.
there's too much bitterness and narcissism, and
It's
even the weird things that he says of like, oh, people always wondered how I ended up with someone like Meghan. You know, me being a redhead, bro.
You mean royals were not good enough for her because she knows everything about royalty. Nobody can tell her anything
no
because
one can tell her anything.
the
She
Queen of
just
England doesn't know anything. You know, Harry's grandma, she never referred to the Queen as the Queen. It was, oh, Harry's grandma. But God forbid you
Harry,
call
that's
her
your
Meghan
grandmother.
Markle.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
So
if she'll make People Magazine do a correction if they call her Megan. The Duchess of
yeah.
Sussex. The Duchess.
Yeah, that's her. It's the
She's the
Duchess.
Duchess.
It's the
So
Duchess. We do the
so
Duchess.
what have we learned from this conversation, ladies? What have we learned? I'm all about what have we learned? What have we come to realize from the posts that I had, and just to where we are now in the relationship of this couple?
You hit a nerve. You hit a nerve
People
because
just
you
get
posted
mad when you
something.
don't reveal your sources, but like maybe you're not
mm,
revealing your source for a reason. I don't know. Like, why do people
yeah,
feel so
You hit a nerve.
entitled and mad?
Don't you think so, to me? She hit a nerve
I don't know.
because she
yeah,
posted the picture, and instead of overshadowing the Willises, they were more ridiculed. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
as people are calling it out, because if these are the pictures that Meghan Markle is sending to her fans, she thinks very little of her fans to even lie to them.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the big thing for me is that there's no authentic uh representation of your children. That is pretty, I think, bad that there is no real clear identity of your most prized accomplishment, having a child. I mean, sharing that with people, but to do it on the back of deception, like, are these our kids? Are these not our kids? Who are our kids? Ooh, we're
Yeah.
going to hide them from you.
Yeah.
I get the security thing, but at least be consistent with everything. I mean, there's just so much fog around it.
How you the same actor children, so as they grow you can always hire them, and
Right.
consistent in it. And I just want to say, like, for example, for Toomey, please go subscribe to her channel. I posted her link twice. She is fantastic. And
She's a,
you know
yeah.
what, P-Dina, I told her to do a cooking thing. And you talk about not listening. Megan doesn't listen. I've told her because she would send me pictures of the dish that she just made. It looked so high end. I wanted to reach
Oh,
in.
really? Good.
And I've told you this. You can do a cooking show while talking about royalty or your faith because you believe in Jesus. And I've told her you should do a channel where you compare lessons, what not to do, like Meghan Markle. How why I believe is her biggest downfall? That she spat on everybody's face in her family, that she divided the entire family on all the sides.
Yes.
Those poor children, if they exist, their Christmas consisted of looking at the ex-convict Doria and a degenerate drug-addled man like Harry and an idiot narcissistic person like Meghan Markle and those 3 dogs that look traumatized. That's it for those 2 children.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, just mind-boggling. Just like the arm on Megan looked weird.
The
Harry
arm
had
that
like
was
6 fingers. It's like, can you just put out a picture that doesn't have all this craziness happening? I mean, why?
Because they're
yeah.
not together. I don't think they're together at all. I don't think they've
But
seen
like,
each other for
what
months.
is their end game? My question has always been since 2020. What is the end game?
What is the end game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the end game is going to be she's going to have accomplished something extraordinary, which I think, like you do to me, this was a big accomplishment to social climb your way all the way up as a woman of color, as a divorcee, as an actress, with those things to boot, right? It was a big accomplishment, but to throw it away and
in 2 years.
In 2 years, it just, to me, seems so revealing of your character and the kind of person you are, that you could blow such a great opportunity, that your personality, your life choices are seriously flawed, that you can end up like this at the bottom of everything that you're trying to do. Because like I said before, everything that we saw, remember from the very beginning, has ended in this.
Yeah, going back to
It's all led
Z-list,
up to what we're seeing actually right now. This is
Z-list
the end
actor
result.
status. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's quite, I mean, extraordinary thing to have done. And it's not good. It's not good. And we'll just have
Like
to
I,
wait and
you
see.
know, I
Yeah.
always said when the prince married the clown, instead of the clown becoming a princess, the prince became a clown, and the palace became the circus.
Hmm.
Yeah. The palace became the circus. And look, and here's, this is where we are. And I just
The
don't
good
know
point
what
is
to
that you put
say.
up that bloody picture and it backfired on them. And you know, they're just angry that it didn't overshadow, and they're trying to discredit you, and it's not working because you're credible and they can't help it, and instead they hate on you and they send their bots on you. And you know what?
Yeah.
Tough luck.
I mean, it's just terrible to be like that, you know? I mean, really, it says a lot more about who Meghan is, what they do, these Sussex Squad do. It says so much about who Meghan Markle is as a person. That's how I see it.
Yep.
So, all right, ladies, I want to thank you for being here today. Everyone, please support Paula M and Tumi's YouTube channels and send me your
Thank
links. So
you.
I'll put them in the description of this video. And I'm going to try to be like Paula, more
Okay.
like, you know, like when it comes to doing these shout outs and putting everything in the description, makes it a lot easier. So you don't have to try to, you know, search and find
Super.
it. Thanks for
Thank
all the
you so
super
much.
chats and the super stickers. I love it. Thank you to my member Chaz for your 21-month membership. It's been an amazing journey. I'm so happy to be here. But remember, folks, I don't know if you all know this, but when the official divorce actually happens, when it is official, I will be making another trip to the United Kingdom for a get together. Like I did for the King's coronation, I'm going to do one
I'll
for
join
the
you. I'll
divorce.
join
And I'm going to invite all the YouTubers to come out and let's get together. Let's meet our subscribers. Let's meet our members. And let's just like get together and talk. Because I tell you, when we had our event, when I had my event for the King's coronation, it was a round table of conversation, of talks about the children and in the, you know, the couple in general. And it was so nice because we were all like-minded people from different walks of life talking about this story around, you know, royalty. And we had trivia, we had raffle, we had really great food. We were in a nice venue my husband picked out. It was very classy and it was really nice. We took pictures and I really want to do that again. And that'll be when this becomes official. So keep watching the news because we are on track, everyone. We are on track.
you.
We are getting there. Okay. And I love you all. Thank you so much for all of your support and the support you give to my charity because,
Thank
you know, like
you.
the Sussex Squad says, it's, you know, they tried to blast it. And that's true. It's a very small charity that's trying to do a lot of great things. And thanks for those who already helped. And for the high five, donate five. I had so many people support that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything you guys want to shout out before we go?
I just want to say thank you, and PDina. Just keep your head up. You know, you have so much love and support.
Yeah.
I mean,
You.
and if they're attacking you, it's because, I mean, that went 1.4 million and counting, you know, and that hurts
Crazy.
them. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now you're becoming more well known. You're on Dan Wooden, you're doing other shows. So they hate it that you're succeeding. So shout out to you, you know, and the same, you know,
Mm.
to me, just keep at it. And I'll send you a
Yeah.
couple ideas to me what to do because of cooking shows.
Yeah, I'll watch for sure. I love to
Okay.
watch and you know, make some new foods. All right. Thank you
Okay.
so much, everybody. Tumi, did you have any last words you wanted to say? Or
No, I just wanted to say thank you guys because you know you guys are the reason why I'm where I'm at on YouTube today, even though I've, you know, retired from talking about Meghan because she's a vampire who drains me of my energy. So but you know, I still peek my head in the door like one of my favorite live streamers says, and I, you know, come around, and I want to say thank you guys, because you two have always been super nice to me and super kind to me, and like, you're not bougie, because, you know, Paula has, you guys both have a bunch of subscribers on YouTube, and there's a lot of people who get all, you know, oh, I have this many subscribers, how many do you have? And I don't want to talk to you because you don't have as many subscribers as me. But you guys have never been like that. You've always been nice to me. So I just want to say thank you. And everyone should buy my book, Capturing the Crown.
Yes.
If you've been following the Meghan
yes.
Markle, if you've been
It's
following
$5, right? Tell me, it's $5. It's
yeah,
only $5, guys.
It's an ebook that's only $5. And you know, if you've been following the Meghan Markle saga, you'll find a lot of similarities in, you know, the character Morgan, who's in the book Capturing the Crown, which is a fictional book about a woman who's, you know, social climbing her way to the top.
Ooh,
By any
send me
means
the link.
necessary.
Meghan, it has nothing to do with Meghan. Similarities, just coincidence.
Thank you, Leslie.
Yes.
Thank you for loving my book. Thank you.
Oh, yes. I'll put it in the description. Like this video, everyone. Thanks for being here and watching. And yes, I will see you all in the next one. All right. Have a good one.
Ebook. Thank you,
it's
guys.
an ebook. I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, it's an ebook.
All right. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Right,
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.